What are some of the biggest frustrations or challenges that you have in trying to learn to play the guitar? In the description below, there's a link. You can book a call with me and we'll talk about it. Book out a 30-minute session, we'll talk. But for now, in this video, the pesky C chord. Going to that C major, say from to G. There's a lot of movement that has to happen to make that happen. We're going to talk about how you can do a C add 9 instead. That'll get you through a lot of songs. In fact, there are a lot of songs that are that's a good sounding chord. But eventually you're going to you want to learn how to do that, okay? A C add 9 is only going to get you by so long. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a couple of chord exercises just to kind of get your hands used to bending the right way to get all the strings to ring out. Another thing too, definitely we need to talk about the trapeze. Thumb halfway up the neck of the back of the guitar, and use that to help make that chord shape bendy so that the open strings can ring out. Make sure you're doing that. But we're going to go into some of our easy chords. Easy G, easy C that we teach in the MyPOVGuitar beginner course. But I'm going to teach you to do them with a different fingering to get that muscle memory, to get those fingers built up. And then if you can master that, all you have to do is add one finger. Okay? And we're going to go the other direction too, and I'm going to show you, there's probably some fancy name for this thing. I call it a C with A bass. It's almost like an A minor. There's an A minor, it's just one finger different. But that way you can kind of get into the habit of getting muscle memory for that part of the C, because then all you have to do is add one finger. I'm all about teaching you things and then the next lesson just building on that ever so slightly, and then you're there. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. You make a C chord one bite at a time. So we're going to hit it from both directions with the easy C with different fingerings. So you can just add a finger, or the C with A bass, and that way you just add your ring finger. And I'm going to give you a hack at the end to help you with strumming. If you're having trouble making certain chords, your bass note is what you have to hit first. You have a little bit of time before you have to get those treble notes to ring out. So if you're still trying to find it, okay? The way you think about strumming will help with the way you make chord shapes. And of course, as always, I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, that pesky C chord, right? Coming off that G. A lot of finger movement having to happen there, right? Okay, well, first of all, guys, how you come at these chords with your hand positioning is the first thing, okay? I teach my students, thumb halfway up the neck. Now, you'll see mine sticking way over, okay? That will happen later, probably, and my hands are a little big, okay? But halfway up the neck, and then you just sort of, it allows you to kind of do a trapeze, okay? You're swinging into it, okay? And so the C chord is going to ring out because there's nothing touching, okay? So that's the first thing, is coming at the chord correctly. Okay? And again, none of this is going to be just instantaneously comfortable, right? But it'll start to feel a little better. And if you're feeling a lot of tension in your wrist, adjust to how you need to make that happen, okay? Guys, I teach my students an easy G chord, an easy C chord to start out, okay? So the easy G would just be, you're making the top part of an actual G major, right? So it'd be your second finger, which is your middle finger, third fret, top string, sixth string. Then on that fifth string, take your index finger on the second fret, okay? Ideally, you don't want to strum that first string, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't sound that bad. Okay? And then the easy C just drops those two fingers down a string. So on the fifth string, third fret with your middle finger or your second finger, fourth string, second fret with your first finger. And you strum from the fifth down because there's your C note. That's your C note. That's what names that chord, right? Okay, so easy G to easy C. And if you already know that, or get used to doing that, okay? You can add your ring finger to the first string on the third fret, okay? And then make that easy C. And then there's your full G. Not to confuse you, but if you add your ring finger to the third fret on the second string, underneath that pinky, okay, that's going to sound even better. And then when you go to make that easy C, that's C at 9. And then that's a full G major with all kinds of cool notes in there, right? Sounds really good. Max 520, 3 a.m. Okay, that hit song was written on those chords, okay? So you can go from your easy C to a C at 9, easy G to a full G, okay? Now that's one way to get around having to play that C, because that C at 9 sounds really good with G in a lot of ways. Oh gosh, go back to the 80s, that Every Rose has its thorn. Okay? But it's not going to get you by forever. So you really need to learn how to make that chord there. Especially because when you're playing in the key of C, you're going to have to do F at some point. And if you think C's bad, F's a booger. Okay? But it's very similar. Okay? So what I want to do a couple of things. Let's take that easy G and easy C, and let's change our fingerings on it, okay? We want to use our ring finger for the easy G, third fret, top string. Use your middle finger, fifth string, second fret, okay? Same thing you're doing here, you just scooted 2 fingers over, okay? and make sure all that's ringing out. Make sure there's a space there. So all that rings out. So it's the same concept. You drop that down, it's still an easy C. Now you can't really do your C add 9 unless you use your pinky, but you can do that. Get used to that, okay? How that feels, okay? Just back and forth. Make sure everything's ringing out. In order to make that C major, all you have to do is add that pinky on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And you keep that same bend. You already had everything ringing out anyway, right? Okay? This will strengthen these 2 fingers. Then all you have to do is add that 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and you've got your C, okay? Okay, so with Brandon, I don't have problems making the C, I have problems switching, okay? I get it. But if you're building muscle memory and already getting to where just making the chords, you're not muting anything, okay? Here's another exercise that's going to take that C major and kind of hit the other end of that chord. I don't know if you know how to make an A minor yet. This is very similar to an A minor. But basically what it is, on the 2nd string, 1st finger, 1st fret, okay? 4th string, 2nd fret, 2nd finger. And then you can even play with your bass notes. It's a weird sounding kind of chord. But if you notice, it's your C major without that ring finger. This ensures, if you can make that chord right there, this ensures you're letting everything ring out back here, okay, by fretting these. And then it's the same thing, you're just adding a ring finger to make that C. And if you look, you're making your easy C with your different fingerings. So if you practice it that way, you're strengthening these up. And then you're just adding that finger. Start from this end of the chord, and then just add that ring, okay? Now here's where most people are not going to tell you to try this, because if you're already having trouble making a C, why in the world would someone tell you to make a G chord with that different fingering? Well, as you strengthen these up, you add that pinky, you'll find that you'll start playing your G's that way, because it is easier to get to that C. It also opens all this back up for little and then eventually you can do a hybrid between a G and a C. And you've got songs like Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles, right? But anyway, practicing making a G that way will also make that transition. I still do this, because that's a lot of wasted movement. Okay? This is all just to kind of get you to keep from muting strings, building your strength, especially in that middle and ring finger, and giving you some options, okay? But it may not be the cure-all, and I get it. Well, here's a little hack when it comes to changing chords. The main thing is to hit those bass notes in time, okay? You could be a little late getting to these treble notes. It's fine. Okay, you don't have to do on that first strum. You don't have to do that. Use it just to establish what chord you're going to, and then accent it with those treble. Boom. Think of it like a drum. It's boom on the bass drum, then the snare. Think of these as the snare. Just get there first to establish. Because you got time. So practice, if you want to just do the regular switching from the G to the C major, don't do the one strum and just, oh no, I didn't get there. I didn't get there immediately. So what, right? Do this. You can even watch me play the easy chords and then finally get to the real chord, and you're not even really going to be able to tell. A lot of people who play music for a living do not get there all at the same time. Okay? Use that right hand to give you time to get there, right? Work on changing immediately on the beat the bass notes. The other, you've got like a second to find it. Okay? Guys, there's no better opportunity to get the MyPOVGuitar beginner course. It's $99, okay? You get 50 lessons like this. Instead of having to go through YouTube and piecemeal this thing together, you can just go in order and I build on all this stuff. It's never gonna be this cheap. Through January 7th, it's $99. Normally I charge $297 for this. You get 50 video lessons, a 48-page downloadable PDF workbook that has all the charts and everything that's in the videos. And you can also book a session with me for 30 minutes and for any trouble that you have, and I'll help walk you through it one-on-one, okay? But guys, take advantage of this. It's a one-time payment, $99, it's yours, okay? Take advantage of that. And give me book a call in the link as well if you need to talk, whether you buy the lesson or not. And I'll see you in the next lesson.